This is why you do not want to overfill your lips. Listen to what happens to Faye.
So I had them dissolved and instantly I could see that they were going down, and I had the small lips again, and obviously with that I'd lost full elasticity in my lips. So I had very wrinkly lips.
Faye describes how she had far too much product injected into her lips, and despite this, she still continued to have treatments. The skin surrounding the lips is very delicate, so if you continually overtreat this area, over time the skin will stretch. Now, it's very probable that at some point in the future, you're going to come to realize that your lips are too full and you're going to choose to have them dissolved, just as Faye did. And when you have them dissolved, they will look wrinkly. Now, it is possible for your lips to return to baseline, but this is dependent on many things like how much product you've had injected into your lips, how long they've been overfilled for, your age, your ethnicity. But you do not want to get to the situation where you're having to do corrective work to fix saggy skin of your lips. You're only at risk of this happening if you overfill your lips, so don't.
How dangerous are lip fillers?
Well, in general, if it's done by a good dermatologist, a good plastic surgeon, or a good provider, they can be pretty safe. Having said that, I can tell you lip fillers cause blindness. Lip fillers can cause blindness. They can get into the veins that track back to your eye. Lip fillers can cause nodules, scarring. Lip filler can cause blood supply to the lip to be cut off and kill the tissue. Rare, but these are things that are on the consent form. And if they're on the consent form, they happen enough that we want to warn you about it. So I think lip fillers, okay, just don't do much. Just do some, okay? What's really dangerous is Brazilian butt lifts. Those are fatal.
Really?
Girls should never do Brazilian BBLs. That's the most fatal operation in plastic surgery. It's a disaster. Don't ever do it.
Is there, what are the red flags?
Well, in terms of
in terms of the surgery and what makes them dangerous.
Okay, so the thing about BBLs is you take fat from one part of the body and you inject it into the body, right? There happens to be these blood vessels in the body, these short little wide blood vessels that if you inject fat into, they get directly into the main vein that goes to your heart, the inferior vena cava. And so if you inject fat and it goes back to your heart, from the right side of your heart into the lungs, and it blocks off the circulation in lungs, that's called a pulmonary fat embolism, and that's fatal.
This is a case to show why we shouldn't always jump straight into dissolving when bruising and swelling is present. This video is of the client sending me a cap pre-fill test, and then she came straight back to the salon for me to assess the situation further. Now, this client is quite pale skinned anyway and does have pale lips and has previously had a chemical peel, hence the redness of her face. I kept in contact with this client hourly, and as you can see, over the next 4 days, the bruising and the swelling settled dramatically. As you can see, this was not a vascular occlusion, and dissolving also comes with its own risks and complications, and when these are settled, they look absolutely stunning.
So this is my day 4 since I did my lip blush, and this is the day 4 look. As you can see, it's already peeling off, and this is done peeling.
Today we're going to be talking about lip plastic surgery and lip enhancement procedures. This is a topic that has become very popular around the world, especially on social media, where many people share their before and after transformations. Lip plastic surgery refers to medical procedures that are done to change the appearance of the lips. Some people choose lip fillers to make their lips look fuller, while others may undergo surgery to reshape, reduce, or reconstruct their lips. People have different reasons for doing this. Some want to improve their confidence, some want to correct a condition they were born with, and others simply want a different appearance. Looking at this transformation, the first thing I notice is how much the shape and volume of the lips have changed. The results can sometimes be very dramatic, making a person's facial features appear different. For some people, this change may boost their self-esteem and make them feel happier with their appearance. However, it's also important to understand that cosmetic procedures come with risks. There can be swelling, bruising, infection, allergic reactions, or results that may not turn out exactly as expected. That's why experts recommend doing thorough research and consulting qualified medical professionals before making any decision. One thing I find interesting is how beauty standards continue to change over time. What is considered attractive today may be different in the future. Social media, celebrities, and influencers often have a strong impact on how people view beauty. Because of this, many people feel pressure to change their appearance, even when there is nothing wrong with the way they naturally look. Personally, I believe everyone should have the freedom to make decisions about their own body. If someone chooses lip plastic surgery and it makes them feel confident and happy, that is their choice. At the same time, it's important to remember that beauty is not defined by lip size, facial features, or cosmetic procedures. Confidence, kindness, personality, and self-respect are just as important. When watching transformations like this, I always encourage people not to compare themselves to others. Every face is unique, and what works for one person may not work for another. Making decisions based on personal goals rather than outside pressure is usually the healthiest approach. Overall, this lip plastic surgery transformation is definitely interesting to see. It shows how modern cosmetic procedures can change a person's appearance in a relatively short period of time. Whether you support cosmetic enhancements or prefer a natural look, the most important thing is making safe, informed decisions and respecting other people's choices.
TikTok, WhatsApp, favorite anything. Guys, if you're looking for those lip fillers, do not find them on Facebook Marketplace, because what the hell? I got you. Look out, me. It's crazy.
How to work on this type of complex lips. This shape is usually hard to turn into a defined Russian kiss, so let's look into it. If we take a closer look, the cupid's bow is wide and rounded, lacking that sharp definition. The wet-dry line is very uneven, with skin pockets and indentations disrupting the smooth lip contour. The vermilion tubes are prominent and tend to extend beyond the natural lip border. To address this, we focused on a few key techniques. Shorten the cupid's bow and use precise injections to add height and definition. Carefully inject lower on the lip to balance the volume and smooth out the indentations along the mucosal line. And here are her results. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
So I'm just giving a very brief bit of information about why filler loves water. So as you can see here, I'm putting it on both sets of lips and I'm going to demonstrate when we add water to filler. So when your practitioner says filler loves water, you need to drink it post-appointment. You can't just drink energy drinks or coffees all day. This is why. So what dermal fillers are is they're a hydrophilic. What this means is that it's attracted to water. So basically, the more water you drink, the better your lips are going to look. So basically, with hyaluronic acid, we have that in the matrix of our skin anyway. So what that does is it acts like an internal moisturizer. However, it's like any parts of the skin. If you do not stay hydrated, if you don't take care of yourself in that way, it is not going to stay nice. And this is why you'll probably be prone to lumps. So always stay hydrated.
Bây giờ muốn chị tiêm lại thì chị tiêm 3 mũi này, sau 3 lần mũi sau thì sẽ tiêm mũi khác. Chứ bây giờ tiêm lại mũi này rất là to, không giống. Chị cứ làm gì của chị, mấy làm cũng xét có ai sau rồi.
Now I want to hear from you. What do you think about lip plastic surgery? Do you think cosmetic procedures are a good way to boost confidence, or do you prefer embracing natural beauty? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this reaction and discussion, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.